bustling city of San Myshuno, hub of art, fashion, music, and culture. Now meet Penny Pizzazz, an up-and-coming media personality and social media guru. Her word on fashion and trends is the end-all be-all. Her living situation is another matter entirely. She wants out of her tired old apartment and find a fashionable home that fits her status as a fashion icon. She moved from the Spice District to the Fashion District to focus on all things high fashion, but put little attention into her home. She's starting to do personal interviews from her home, as well as other entertaining engagements, and she needs a space that is far more impressive. Thinking of giving this condo the cut, she has called our SilkenSimmers to give her condo the makeover it needs, or she is out the door. Will this fashion-forward sim love what our team has done to the place and stay here for years to come, or list it and move on to bigger and better things? Stay tuned to the end to find out. So here is dear Penny. She's living in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath loft. As it's currently configured, I don't see how you can call it a 1-bedroom, but we're gonna make it a 1-bedroom. And the first thing we're gonna do is change her household income. So the SilkenSimmers Love It or List It Team Challenge. Pick a home from your team's world. For me, that is San Myshuno, and pick a townie that lives within it. I'm going with Penny Pizzazz because that's who I did my makeover with. Set the family funds to $30K. We've just done that. And using this budget and anything we get from selling furniture as our reno budget. So let's go in and see what we can do with the place. Now, $30,000 for an apartment is pretty fantastic. So I'm going to go through and delete a lot of this stuff, pretty much everything in here. When I start in a room, I like to think of what the centerpiece is going to be. For her bedroom, that is the bed. Shocker. So I like this bed here. It's not too expensive, but it is still pretty luxe without being over the top. I think we're going to go with this purple, but then give her a wallpapered headboard. Just sort of as an accent wall that's going to be right up against the headboard, so it's going to give some interest in the bedroom. We're going to move her computer out here, and I'm just going to have this whole wall kind of be a focal piece, and I'm doing that using the wallpaper and then some lights, and then getting her an end table and a little piece here, and then giving her a few little clutter items to just spruce up the place, add some character. Now, there is a poster that I want to put right center of this archway. It's like this great high fashion poster, and it's so big. And I love that as you come through this archway, as you walk in the apartment, this is a focal point, and it's just sort of beautifully framed by this archway. So I like that. Next, we got to get her a dresser and then put a few clutter items. I feel like she would have her moisturizers and lotions and beauty products and nail polish, maybe a journal and some candles. So that's what we put up there, some nice little clutter. And then I want to put an accent piece right over the headboard. And for me, the blossoms just sort of feel like it fits that style that her pajamas have. So that's what I went with. And then there are these like fashion posters that are like Audrey Hepburn and Marilyn Monroe. And I feel like those are fashion icons. Then we're going to come out to the living room, and I really want to have, again, a very luxe, rich feel out here, because this is where she's going to be doing some interviews for her articles. This is where she's going to be maybe doing she might do some streaming, or she might do some vlogs. Just, this is sort of a space where she's going to be interviewed. People might come in and do like the Vogue tours. So I want her to have a living room that is just a huge statement piece. So I love this sort of lovely pastel pink sofa, and I think we're going to build on that in this room here. And so I grabbed these end chairs that also have that same colored pink throw pillow on them. And then we're going to bring in these suitcases. Again, she travels, but she's in a small space, so I don't think she would have a place to store them. So she's, got really beautiful luggage, and she's going to have them in the living room. And again, I like this black and white vibe with pink and green, the sort of pink and teal being the accent colors. So I went with the black, white, and pink luggage set. And then I was trying to think of what to do with these walls, and I couldn't quite think of what to use. And then I thought, okay, I like the idea of having the exposed brick. I checked outside and it's not brick in this condo, but I'm using brick anyway. So that's just sort of our backdrop. It's got such a great texture. And again, I'm using the appliances to bring in that teal. And these chairs to bring in that nice powdery pink. And again, it's got that texture of gathered look that matches the sofa. So I really like that. And she lives on her own, so I think she only needs 2 chairs, but I switch that out later and move it out a little bit and give her 3 chairs, again, just in case she's hosting something. I moved the Audrey Hepburn poster over and then bring Marilyn Monroe over here. Messed around with curtains for a while, and I went with these really, really dramatic, swooshing sort of drapes. And as I was going through the clutter items, I saw these and I thought these like posters, and I thought there could be like some Broadway shows, or they could be fashion shows she's gone to that she's been there to write articles about. And I just like the idea that this might be something she started collecting when she first moved to the city, and they're like the first show she's gone to or the first show she was in, and some of these are autographed. I just like that. So I kind of tried to keep them tucked onto one wall, pretty tidy, not looking really cluttered and messy, and just on the one spot. And then I had some difficulty trying to figure out how to divide this room to have those spaces be very distinct. And I ended up trying out a few different screens, and I ended up going with this sort of modern art swirls that I just thought were really interesting. Then we throw some kitchen clutter in, and then moved into the bathroom. And again, I was looking for stuff that was nice and clean and modern, and went again with the exposed brick and this sort of floating sink and floating toilet. I thought that was kind of cool. And then the robe to hang up and sort of tie it all in. And I was trying to think of a wall color, that sort of powder pink. I liked that, so I stuck with it. I added a couple of towels, again, to bring in the pink and the mint. So I just stuck those underneath the sink as like extra storage, because again, it's a small apartment. There's not a lot of storage space. And so I tried to bring that in, and then went with the pink toothbrush cup. And again, just trying to bring in all of those colors. And I did have Penny walk around and test to make sure everything works, and it does. And we had a healthy budget left at the end of this, because again, we're doing a 1-bedroom condo as opposed to a whole house. And so I ended up spending the last of it on tech. So she's got herself a great computer and a great television screen. And then I just put in a webcam here and a camera on the desk. She might be the kind of personality who would do vlogs or would do like fashion vlogs. And so I wanted to put that tech in there. And then I sort of went through the debug items and grabbed some of these awards, thinking that, you know, she may have written a great article. She may have done some stuff with modeling. She may have won some awards as she was coming up. And I just sort of wanted to have that in there. I thought it was a cool touch. So put some of those items up on her desk, right out in the living room where everyone would see them, but on her desk where it makes sense. Gave her a nice stereo that is, again, that clean, modern feel. Penny Pizzazz, do the tour of the place and see what she thinks. Penny Pizzazz has always loved the location of this condo, right in the heart of the fashion district, giving her access to the fashion shows, the fashion houses, and able to rub elbows with all the who's who of the fashion industry. With the help of our build crew at SilkenSims, she has seen what we've done with the place and has decided to love this place for years to come. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this fun collab. I always love working with this group in the SilkenSimmers Discord community. They are just lovely, lovely people and so much fun to work with. I'll link the playlist for everyone who participated in this challenge on the end screen so you can see everyone else's amazing creations. Thank you to everyone who participated and who just makes the SilkenSimmers server such an enjoyable place to be, such a pleasure to hang out on. You guys are just amazing. I adore all of you. If you are interested in joining the SilkenSimmers creative community, linked down in the description box below is the Discord server. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you get notified of new content. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I will see you next time.